So everybody, welcome to Spirit Camp. I'm so happy to have all of you with us today. And before we start our opening ceremony, I want to explain a little bit about what you're going to be seeing here. As you can see in front of you here, there are 4 bamboo poles, and each one of them has a piece of cloth attached to them. These 4 poles are marking out the 4 cardinal directions. Does anybody know what that means? Can you name one of the 4 directions? Mia? West. Can you name another one? Yes, Silvana? North. Richard? East. And Kinsley? South. Yeah, so I'm going to show you which one is which. This one is east, and east is the direction of new beginnings, and it's where the sun rises every day. So this is the direction where we always start in the morning. And when I say to you in the morning, meet me at the east gate, what I mean is meet me at this bamboo pole. And we call this the east gate because it's like a hidden door, an invisible door that takes us into our sacred space. The next pole you see moving around the corner is the direction of south. And south has a pole, I'm going to talk about the elements after. I'll just show you. That's south. The one across from east, as you probably guessed, is west. And the one across from south is north. So we have 4 directions: east, south, west, north. Can you keep them over with you? And then there's a pole, a flag or a banner on each of the poles, and they represent the 4 elements. Who knows what the 4 elements are? Mia? Water. Ella? Fire. Mia, Zoe?
Earth and sky.
Water, fire, air. Air and earth. Yes. Sorry, you were right on one of those there. So we have earth, air, fire, water. So in the direction of east, this is air, and you can tell because it's got clouds on it. So the element of air is associated with east. The element of fire is associated with south. You can see the fire on the banner. Across the way, west is associated with the element of water. And to my left here, earth is associated with the direction of north. So we're going to start working with the elements a little bit more each day. But for today, I just need you to know that the elements and the directions are things that we're going to be talking about today when we go in the circle. So one of the things that I did yesterday when I came to set up the space is I honored the directions, the spirits of the directions. And then I used sage, which we're going to use tomorrow, and I smudged around the circle. And this morning we're going to take sacred birdseed and sprinkle it around the entire circle, because I want to seal in all of the good energy that is going to hold our space while we're working in it this week, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that throughout the course of the week. So I'm going to sprinkle some birdseed around here like this. The birds are very happy when they come to Spirit Camp. Now I'm going to ask you guys if you would form a line near here, and then we're going to start going into the circle, and I'll talk to you some more once we get in there. So may I ask you to hold your rattles quietly for a moment so I can just share a little bit of information. Every morning when we come into our opening circle to begin our day, we're going to start by turning to the direction of east, which is the direction of new beginnings. And we're going to start calling in the spirits of east. Then we're going to all turn together and face the south. Then we're all going to turn together and face the west. Then we'll all turn together to face the north, and then we'll all face back into the center of the circle again, and we're going to reach up towards Father Sky, and then Mother Earth, and then Spirit Within. So there are 7 directions that we're going to be doing our little ceremony with. All right, so as I beat the drum, I'm going to ask you to kind of maintain that same rhythm with the rattles and listen closely to the words I'm saying, because I say the same exact words in all 7 directions every day during the week. And on Friday, when your parents are invited to come to our closing ceremony, I'm going to ask that you guys say the words. And I'll say it really quietly with you, but I want your parents to hear you call in the spirits of the directions. So let's face the east together and begin. Spirits of the east, element of air, we honor you. We invite you to join us today and ask that you love, guide, nurture, and protect us while we do our work at Spirit Camp. Spirits of the east, element of air, welcome. Turn to face the south. Spirits of the south, element of fire, we honor you. We invite you to join us today and ask that you love, guide, nurture, and protect us while we do our work in Spirit Camp. Spirits of the south, element of fire, welcome. Face the west. Spirits of the west, element of water, we honor you. We invite you to join us today and ask that you love, guide, nurture, and protect us while we do our work in Spirit Camp. Spirits of the west, element of water, welcome. Face the north. Spirits of the north, element of earth, we honor you. We invite you to join us today and ask that you love, guide, nurture, and protect us while we do our work in Spirit Camp. Spirits of the north, element of earth, welcome. Face back into the center. Father Sky, we honor you. We invite you to join us today and ask that you love, guide, nurture, and protect us while we do our work in Spirit Camp. Father Sky, welcome. Mother Earth, we honor you. We invite you to join us today and ask that you love, guide, nurture, and protect us while we do our work in Spirit Camp. Mother Earth, welcome. Spirit within, we honor you. We invite you to join us today and ask that you love, guide, nurture, and protect us while we do our work in Spirit Camp. Spirit within, welcome. Thank you, everybody. Let's have a seat. And I'm going to ask that you put all of your instruments behind you, if you wouldn't mind. Could we put our rattles behind you, please? Thank you. So Spirit Camp has officially started. So welcome to all of you again. And do you have any questions over what we just did by calling in the spirits? It's a really unusual thing if you've never seen it done before. This is Spirit Camp, and we are going to be dealing with the spirits of the directions and the spirits of the elements and spirits in nature and your spirit. We're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff this week. Do any of you have any ideas of what you think spirit is? Would you like to share a little bit? Anybody? Any guesses? No? Okay. Any older people want to make any guesses about what spirit is? No? Yes.
Maybe of the life.
Pardon me?
Maybe of the life.
I couldn't hear you. Of the life? Yes. Yes. Chase?
Maybe because we're free.
Because we're free.
Okay. Thank you. So yes.
Of nature.
Of nature, yes. Okay. There's a part of us that's not our brains and that's not our bodies. It's a different part of us, like the part that makes up who we are. That's called our spirit. So when you go to school, you're learning how to nurture your mind. When you play sports or go out for free play, you're learning how to nurture your body. And when you come to Spirit Camp, you're learning how to nurture your spirit, that part of you that makes you really unique and special and unlike everybody else, unlike anybody else. That part of you that is uniquely you is your spirit. And as human beings, we are made up of mind, body, and spirit, right? So this camp is all about learning how to nurture that part of you that's not your mind and it's not your body. So before we go any further talking about spirit, I have a cute little book I'm going to read you in a minute about that. I want to just share with you some of the housekeeping things about camp. In the morning, we always start here. Your first lesson of the day will begin here. And then we go back into our inside classroom. And we usually do a project, and then we have a snack. We'll do some more teaching stuff. We'll have a free play. We usually have lunch somewhere between 12 and 12:30. We'll break for lunch. Then we'll have, if you guys have extra food in the afternoon and you're hungry, we'll break for a snack in the afternoon. But we have free play in the morning. We have free play in the afternoon. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of what the day is going to look like. And I want you guys to have your water bottles with you all the time, because it's going to be really hot this week, and I want to make sure that you're all staying hydrated. Did all of you bring a water bottle with you? Yeah. Okay, great, good. And then I'll show you. I don't know if did they learn where the bathrooms are yet?
We haven't
okay.
done that formally.
Okay, so when we go back inside, we'll show you where the bathrooms are, and you can go and get up and go to the bathroom whenever you need to. I just ask, if we're in the middle of a meditation, that you wait until the end of the meditation, but usually I will ask before we do a meditation, does anyone need to go to the bathroom? Okay, but feel free to get up and go anytime except when we're in the middle of a meditation, okay? Then let's see, what else? I think that's it. Anything else you can think of that I might be forgetting? No? Okay. So I am going to read you a cute little storybook about a child discovering some really fun stuff about herself. This is called Inside Out. I don't know where my glasses are. Carly had a magical life. Every day she laughed and played with her special friend Natasha. They pretended to jump on clouds and walk on the moon. They bounced on the bed like kangaroos, and sometimes they even rolled around like leaves blowing in the wind. Playing with Natasha was Carly's favorite thing to do. One day, Carly and Natasha had a tea party. There were chocolate swirl cookies, I need my glasses, blueberry pie, and vanilla ice cream sandwiches. Carly's mother came out and poured a cup of sweet cinnamon tea with milk. Mom, you forgot to give Natasha some tea. Oh, I'm sorry, Pumpkin. I didn't see him, Mom said. She poured another cup of tea and went back inside. See her. Why can't my mom see you? Carly asked. Only you can see me, Natasha said. I'm your invisible friend. What do you mean? Natasha dunked a chocolate swirl cookie into her tea. I don't have a body like you do. I'm a spirit, silly. Carly's eyes got big. A spirit? You mean like a ghost? No, Natasha said. I'm not a ghost. A spirit's kind of like an angel without wings. She sighed. I like wings. I wish I had wings. I wish I was a spirit, Carly mumbled. You are a spirit, silly, Natasha said. Your spirit is the most important part of you. It's who you really are. Carly looked at her reflection in the teapot. I don't see it anywhere. Your spirit is hard to see because it lives in an apartment inside your heart. How did it get there? Carly said. Natasha took Carly by the hand and they sat under a shady tree. Let me tell you a story, Natasha said. Once upon a time, there was a shiny spirit named Carly. She lived among the stars with all sorts of other shiny spirits. One day, Natasha continued, Carly the spirit decided to come to Earth to be born as a human being. So she picked the perfect parents, and after 9 months, she was born inside a tiny, tiny baby. Hey, Carly giggled, this story is about me, isn't it? Yep, Natasha said. You see, when a spirit decides to live in a body, it forgets who it really is. So to help Carly remember, her special friend, Natasha, that's me, came to Earth to remind her. Carly clapped her hands, and now we play and laugh and eat lots of blueberry pie and chocolate swirl cookies. Natasha nodded. Always remember who you are. You are a beautiful, shiny spirit made of love and light. Carly's smile grew bigger and bigger. I can feel my spirit shining inside me, she said, putting her hand over her heart. Your spirit helps you love yourself and everyone around you, Natasha said. But it's easy to be distracted by the outside world and forget who you really are. You don't have to worry about me, Carly declared. I promise to remember. That's great, Natasha said. Then I guess it's time for me to go. They hugged, and Carly's eyes filled with tears. Will I ever see you again? She asked. Don't be sad, Natasha said. I'll come back if you ever need me. Carly waved goodbye as Natasha flew off to her home in the stars. At first, Carly really missed Natasha, but as time went by, it became harder and harder to remember her invisible friend. She spent lots of time reading books and making up stories about dinosaurs, spaceships, and enchanted fairies. The kids at school teased her for being so quiet, and it was hard for Carly to make friends. Every day her heart felt a little heavier and heavier until all the magic that had once filled her life was gone. One afternoon at the bus stop, two girls were picking on Carly. One grabbed her books and started a game of keep away. Hey, Carly Barley, she yelled. Want to know why you don't have any friends? Because you think you're smarter than everyone else, the other girl taunted. Carly tried not to cry, but the tears slipped out anyway. She ran straight home to her bedroom, covered her face with her hands. Why doesn't anyone like me? She sobbed. Suddenly there was a whoosh near Carly's window and she felt something bouncing beside her like a kangaroo. She looked up. Who are you? Carly asked. Don't you remember? I'll give you a hint. The shiny being flopped on the floor and rolled around and around like a leaf blowing in the wind. Natasha, Carly yelled. Jumping up, she hugged her invisible friend and they danced around the room, fluttering like butterflies. Then Carly stopped dancing and sat on the bed. I'm not a very good friend, she said. When I forgot about you, I forgot all about my spirit too. How will I ever get it back? Natasha held up a mirror and Carly saw that she was starting to glow brighter and brighter. Hey, she said, it's still there. Suddenly, Carly felt her spirit warm inside her. I never want to forget again, she declared. Natasha raised her eyebrows. How will you remember? Carly looked out the window and thought for a moment. Then she snapped her fingers. I've got it! I'll just live inside out, Carly said. What do you mean? Well, since my spirit lives inside my heart, I want it to always shine through to the outside. Yes, inside out, Natasha sang. That's a perfect way to let everyone know the real you. Then Carly reached down and took off her shoes and socks. What are you doing? Natasha asked. Carly turned her socks inside out and put them on again. From now on, she said, I'm going to wear my socks like this, so I always remember to live inside out. That's a great idea, Natasha said. If I had feet, I'd wear my socks that way too. For the rest of the day, Carly and Natasha laughed and played. They pretended to jump on clouds and walk on the moon. They bounced on the bed like kangaroos and rolled around like leaves blowing in the wind. Carly's life was magical once again, And this time, she was going to keep it that way. So Carly found a really clever way to always remember her spirit. She chose to wear her socks inside out. Isn't that clever? So it's a little warm here in Roanoke in the summer, so I'm betting none of us will be wearing socks very much this week, but it's a great little idea for in the winter time. And we are going to go back inside and we're going to make your spirit toolboxes. Did everybody bring a cardboard shoebox with you today? Can you raise your hand if you have your box with you? Good. Okay. So throughout the week this week, I'm going to be teaching you things you can do to nurture your spirit, that part of you that makes you such a unique and beautiful person in our world. And as you learn tools and you make tools that you can use after Spirit Camp ends, we're going to gather them in that Spirit Toolbox. So when we go back inside, I'm going to ask you to get your cardboard shoebox and bring them to your workstation at the table. And we're going to decorate them. And remember, everything related to how you're going to nurture your spirit when you go home on Friday is going to go in that box. So think about how you want to decorate that box, because it's got a really special purpose that it will have for you from now on, okay? So in a second, I'm going to ask you to stand up and we're going to leave the circle. And when we leave the circle, we leave it the same way we entered, in single file, in a clockwise direction, and in respectful silence, because this is our sacred space. Kinsley, do you have a question? No? Okay. So if we could all stand up, please, and then stay where you are, and I'm going to lead us out of the circle.
Tell them to leave their rattles.
And can you guys just put your rattles in the basket as you come out? And nope, Chase, remember we're going to leave. We're going to leave in a straight line following me. So Isabel, you're going to follow Wendy, who's going to follow Solomon. That's right, you got it. Here we go. Follow me out the east gate and high five for a great day.